this is so interesting for next week, but it's just, the woods are so big. There's 12 spies, it looks like. I need Ralphie. Ralphie! Ralphie! I need your help.
Baby.
Hi, Ralphie.
What's going on?
Oh, I just reading in the Bible for next week.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, you're in Numbers 13,
Yeah,
huh?
there's 12 spies.
Oh, there's 12 spies. Yeah, that's a great story, huh?
The 12 spies.
The 12 spies that spied on Canaan.
Yeah.
Did you know that 10 were bad and 2 were good?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's all right in here. 12 men were picked out to go into Canaan and to spy on it, and then to report back to the people.
Yeah?
Yeah, and they took 40 days to go in there and spy.
Oh, wow.
And you know what?
Yeah, what?
They found some huge grape clusters.
Were they the big ones, my head?
They were really big. You know how I know they were big? Because it says it took 2 of them to carry it between them.
Really? Those are some big grapes.
Yeah, and they had other good stuff too, like pomegranates and other types of fruit.
You know what, Ralphie?
What?
I love grapes.
I love grapes too. Can you imagine how big those raisins would be if they let them sun dry? Can't even imagine.
Yeah.
And then,
So it's some pretty good land, huh?
yeah, it was some great land flowing with milk and honey.
Wow, there's lots of good stuff in the land of Canaan. I bet those Israelites are going to go in there and take the land.
Well, you would have thought so. They trusted God. If they had faith,
If they have faith.
if they had the faith that they should have had, they would have gone in there.
Wait, you mean they didn't have the faith?
Well, out of those 12 men, there were only 2 men that thought they should go in and take over the country just like God wanted them to do.
You mean 10 were bad?
10 were bad, but only, you know what? I don't even remember their names. I could just read right through it and not remember those names, but I remember the 2 that had faith.
Yeah, what was their name?
That was Caleb and Joshua, but his name wasn't Joshua yet. But at the time, his name was Hosea.
What's that?
And then he was renamed Joshua. And eventually he led the people. And eventually when they did come into the land, Caleb, he said, I want the high places. I want the mountains where the giants are. Because you know why?
Why?
Because he had faith.
He had faith. Well,
Yeah.
What about the 10 guys that didn't have faith? They had fear, huh?
They had fear.
Why did they have fear? What did they see in the land that was
Well-
so scary?
Well, they saw the men that were there were giants.
Giants!
Yeah, they said, we're like grasshoppers among those men. Yeah, just like you, BB. They were scared they were going to get squished just like a grasshopper by those men. And they were scared. They were so afraid.
Really?
Yeah.
And God didn't like them to live in fear like that.
No. And so they had to wander around in the wilderness.
That's
40
too bad.
years.
But Caleb and Josh, they have faith?
They had faith. Yeah. Joshua and Caleb. You know, that reminds me of a scripture.
What
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. It says, without faith, it's impossible to please God. Because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him.
Wow. That sounds great. That's what I want to be like.
Yeah.
I want to have faith.
Yeah. You know what faith is?
What that?
Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is knowing what you hope for and believing that what you don't see. Do you have faith, BB?
I have faith.
Yeah.
I have lots of faith.
We have a lot of things to hope for, like going to heaven and being with Jesus, huh?
I don't have just a itty bitty witty teeny tiny
You have
faith.
giant faith,
I have
BB.
giant faith.
Yeah.
I go into land.
Yeah.
I take the grapes.
Yeah, you
I take
fight
the
those
land full of
giants,
milk
huh?
and honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be just like Joshua and Caleb.
Rawr.
Yeah. And that's all we gotta do. You
That's
just gotta
all.
have faith.
That's all.
Yeah.
Let's all have faith, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's easy, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we'll learn more about it next week. How
Okay.
about that?
That sounds good.
All right. Hey, I'll see you later, BB.
Ooh.
All right.
See you, Ralphie.
See ya.
Bye. So long, Ralphie.
See you later.
It's always good to see you and talk with you, Ralphie.